Hey, what's up, my filthy coinaholics? Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean, and today we're going to address some of the nifty emails and comments on some videos. And it has everything to do with the validation of the stuff that I've been talking about. Me, out of all people, first of all, if you're trusting me, a guy that lives in his mother's attic and eats Burger King every day, ooh, then you guys have some serious issues. But no, seriously, what in the world are people talking about when they're saying that the coin dealers, it doesn't matter what I bring them, they say it's worthless. It's not worth anything. The market is the sham. Well, let's go ahead and read a few, shall we? Tracy Pease, 95, said on one of my videos about 2 years ago, I took my coins to the coin dealer, and they said it's not worth anything. They even told me to go ahead and spend it because it's not worth anything, period. I find your videos to be somewhat helpful, but the information you provide on where to sell these is inaccurate. Okay? That's one. Here's a partial email that I received actually last week. All right? From Kyle. We're just going to use a first name basis here. Kyle said, I went to my local coin shop, who is also a prominent dealer that goes to a lot of the regional shows. And I was interested in selling my collection of repunched mint mark Lincoln cents. And I also have some full steps nickels. I brought them all to him, and he said, I'll pay you face value. So why aren't the coin dealers paying exactly what you say they're worth on your videos? I love your pocket change market report. Please help me. Okay? It's a good one, right? And then finally, this one is also another comment. This was on a video actually on the experimental rents Sacagawea dollar. All right, I've talked about this as well. Hi, Blue Ridge. I just want to say I don't trust any of your information. This is just a regular dollar. I went to my coin dealer and he said the same thing. You are a sham, period. Proceeded to give me 100 dislikes. And you know what's funny? There's 15 other people that actually liked his post. And I'm like, okay, well, there are people that certainly have their strong opinions on me. All right. But anyways, that is the kind of stuff I've been going through. All right. The market suggests otherwise. And it doesn't, I guess it really doesn't freaking matter how many times I have to say this. But your coin dealer is lying to you. Period. Well, Sean, what's with the tone? I'm just saying you're a sham and your information's inaccurate. You know what a coin dealer is? They're the same people that pays you 60 cents on the dollar for your silver. Last time I checked, isn't silver like one of the hottest commodities going today? Think about that for a second. Coin dealer. Isn't this the same place that you go to sell some of your collectible coins, like actual, just basic dates? Like, let's say you had a bunch of really nice type pieces. You go there. How much they give you? 25% under low gray sheet. What else do I need to tell you to convince you otherwise? Just last week, I went to one of my trusted dealers. And remember, I had talked about the movement, the price movements in proof sets and mint sets, albeit it's a negligible amount of money, because unless you are really paying attention to the market and seeing how much that stuff goes for, you wouldn't know that they've gone up in value. A proof set that 12 months ago, you can easily pick up for about $5 to $7. Now all of a sudden you have to shell out $9 to $11. I mean, some people, it's just a small amount of money that nobody really pays any attention. No, they figure, oh, well, I'll go on eBay and I need a specific date of proof set. And, there are people who are just going to ask what they ask. By the end of the day, you would have spent about 15, 16 bucks on that proof set. Because you happened to mention and forgot, or didn't mention at all, that you forgot that you had to pay shipping, and you also had to pay tax if you had sales tax where you're at. There are coin dealers that have an eBay presence. Their job is not to be in the nonprofit field of things. Okay, when it comes to doing business, they want to make as much profit as possible. And it doesn't matter what. It could be the hottest thing going or not. To let you guys know, coin dealers, they want your stuff that they're comfortable selling. There are over 50% of the coin dealers that have zero online presence whatsoever, whether it's their own website or eBay store or Etsy store or whatever, or an OnlyFans account. Now, with these coin dealers, they want your PMs. They're going to pay you 60, 65 cents on the dollar for every single silver that you have. They're going to turn around. They're going to sell those for $10 to $15 over spot. So that 1 ounce silver that you had sold your local coin shop for $20 when silver is at 26 or 27, they're going to turn around and sell it for $38 to $45. Let that sink in. All you people out there, you naysayers, that are saying, oh yeah, well, Blue Ridge doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Keep that in mind. The only difference is I'm telling you to your face that there's a certain correct and wrong way to move coins in today's market. The coin dealer will tell you otherwise, or they won't tell you a thing at all. Right? Because if it's never brought up in the conversation, it'll never hurt you. What you don't know won't hurt you, right? We automatically assume that coin dealers have overhead and all that great stuff. But they also need to make money. Again, they're not in a nonprofit organization type of structure. So when I hear stuff like this, and I hear it quite often, number one, obviously you haven't been paying too much attention to my videos. Yeah, some of them are long and drawn out, but the reason why that a lot of the videos are long and drawn out is I'm trying to force feed a lot of good information to you guys. Where exactly do we sell coins nowadays? Okay, it's not like we're living in the Stone Ages and you have to go into the Sunday paper and go into the classifieds to find your next coin score. You remember that, ladies and gentlemen? Circa 1992, hello, USA Today. That used to be a thing. You know what else used to be a thing? That cool little kind of like circular that you got in the Sunday paper where they're selling garbage coins as a bundle for like $25. Come to find out, they ended up sending you approximately $1.67 worth of coins. Hey, that Indian head cent looks pretty good, but it's a really worn 1907. That used to be the day. There was no such thing as an information age unless it was in paper, okay? The Red Book Price Guide was probably the one big go-to source for a lot of would-be coin collectors at that time. Now let's go ahead and fast forward it 30 years. We're in a completely different age. A lot of the transactions that transpire for coins and currency is online. So we're going to have a lot of different outlets to talk about here in a moment. But the coin shop, if it's any old good old coin shop that I know and love, okay, you walk into the place and you want to pay with a debit or credit card, you can't. for one of two reasons. Well, you're buying PMs, so we need cash for this. They don't want to get dinged the extra fee for having to use their Square trade device or their Square, credit card reader. Number two, they don't even know how to work the damn credit card reader. Am I right? Haven't you ever been to a coin shop and you're like, oh, this old thing, I can't even fiddle with it. It's on my smartphone, but it makes me feel dumb. Yes, those are the people that are telling you otherwise. All right, so now that we've come to this conclusion that maybe a coin shop isn't living in the now age of e-commerce, okay, then we could go ahead and move on to the solutions for you trying to sell. And these are the most common things that people have a hard time selling. Errors and varieties, right? There's a few things that need to happen. You need to appropriately attribute and designate each one of your errors and varieties. Because if you can't do that, you're done. You're baked. You're overcooked. Number two, you got to have the ability to take good, crisp, clean pictures. Because that's what the internet age is all about. If you're able to provide a visual aid of something that you're selling and it's clear, concise, it's well attributed, congratulations, you're one step closer to the sale. Number two, you have to not be afraid to use the myriad of social media and e-commerce tools at your fingertips, right? If you don't know what eBay is, nor have you ever shopped on it, my friend, you've probably been living in a cave for a good part of the last 30 years. eBay is only one of the biggest e-commerce platforms. Things have changed here in about the last 6 months. You got to have managed payments registered onto your account in order to sell coins, which is fine. You would be a fool not to do that, because under managed payments, you could accept a regular debit or credit card at checkout. They don't have to force themselves to use PayPal, which all this time, it's been a limiting thing on eBay's end for getting the sale closed. It's like, all they accept is PayPal when all I want to do is do an Apple Pay transaction, or I want to do a Google Pay, or I just want to check out as a guest using my credit card. Now you can. And because of that, you're now able to sell coins and currency on eBay, especially raw coins, because that's been kind of a game changer. So having the ability to use these e-commerce tools that's available to you is going to help you sell the coins that are hot right now, okay? Nobody ever said it was that easy. You guys have seen my Pocket Change Market Report, only one of the most popular reports, videos that I ever shoot here on Blue Ridge Silverhound, okay? Why in the world does a lamination error coin sell for $10 to $20, $25 now, when 1 year ago, you couldn't even get rid of the thing for under $1 or $2? What's driving the market? It's an investor-driven type of market that is based solely on FOMO. Well, maybe not entirely. There are probably a few very intelligent investors out there that are spending the money wisely. But there are a lot of also people that are stargazing and star chasing. They want what everybody else is getting, right, ladies and gentlemen? In the collectibles world, the whole market is on fire because everybody sees the one guy jumping off the bridge and they're all jumping in along with him to get the next score. So that is why relatively minor errors like lamination errors, rim clips, are selling for 10 to 20 times, 10x, 20x times what they used to about a year ago. And I know what you're asking yourself. Like, that is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into the business of selling things like that. But I made the foolish mistake of going to a coin dealer that's not interested in that stuff. That's way too minor and menial for a coin dealer or a coin show to deal with. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I am here today. is to put this whole thing to rest. Because if I have to do another video outlining why going to a coin shop is probably the worst place to go to right now in this collectibles market, I'm going to lose my mind. My head will explode live on YouTube TV. And that's going to be it. No more Blue Ridge. Some of you are probably like, oh, please let that happen. There's a few of you that don't like me. Whatever. You know, I'm not going to please 100% of the people. But you guys know me as being real and legit. All right? I'm not going to lead you down some silly path where there's a boulevard of broken dreams and promises. You go down there and come to find out that's not all correct and true. Because that would be wrong. I want you guys, I want to retain my audience and not lose you. So that is why I'm doing one of these type of videos where you guys absolutely know that I love you guys enough that I'm pushing. I am pushing for you guys to do certain things a little bit differently because that is the age we live into. All right, so we got eBay. What else is there? Well, there's Mercari, you know, those type of third-party type sites. As long as you pay with PayPal or whatever, and you send it as a goods and services, you're good, okay? That's the cost of doing business. If someone tells you otherwise, and you're trying to do a coin transaction on Facebook or Instagram, they're like, hey, can you do me a favor and, you know, let's go ahead and do friends and family. I'm like, dude, I don't know you. As far as I could throw you. And you want me to pay you as a friend at no coverage? Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to hear any more horror stories about someone buying a collectible item for over $100 and they made the foolish mistake of paying for it with friends and family PayPal? You're pretty much just giving away money at that point. All right? And you don't have a leg to stand on. You have no argument in the matter. But that's the least of your worries. It's trying to find an outlet that you could trust. But you need the tools and resources. If you're out there and you've only been in numismatics for 2 months and you think you got it all figured out, you might want to go back and read more books. You want to do more research. You need to know what you're looking at. You need to know the minting process, because that's also another thing. There's a lot of people out there that have this great big old beautiful Stetson, but they've never touched a freaking saddle in their life. You know, they're literally putting the wagon in front of the horse. And that's not what it's all about, okay? If you continually do that, you're going to lose out every single time. You're going to get more pissed off at people that you rely upon to help guide you, all right? And that's the primary reason why myself, along with a bevy of other trusted YouTuber coin people, along with our live coin Q&A panel that I'm proud to be a part of, we're all there to nurture and help guide people into the right direction. We're there to help you attribute coins that you're having trouble attributing, whether it's an error, variety, a specific date, you name it. But you guys need to button down these finer details, all right? You need to know the education. You need to know exactly your local dealer. If you love him and like him and you've known the guy for 20 years, okay, that doesn't change the game. He's not going to change the game because you guys have known each other for 20 years. That's not how this works, okay? If you're looking to make an extra buck or two, because I know people are living on rough times right now, do not take what your buddy coin dealer who's making money hand over fist and has at this point refused to give you a handout. Do not lean on that individual for good advice toward your collection, because you're going to lose out every single time. But that's the direction we're going into, folks. Everything is an e-commerce driven world. There's a lot, you know what? It's not going to matter this video, because there's going to be a good less than 1% of the other people out there today who are either too old to understand, they're resistant to change, that don't want nothing to do with it, but yet they'll still place the blame on Blue Ridge Silverhound because what I say is completely incorrect. But everything has fine print on it. Sell your coins online, folks. Make more money. Sell your errors and varieties. Take good pictures and you will be successful. And that's where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to see crap emails like this and other things going on when clearly you've only watched the first 30 seconds of a video. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to anyone else. It's certainly not fair for you, ladies and gentlemen. You got to do this for yourself to be successful, because if you don't, you will hate the hobby and you'll hate everything else moving forward. And that's that. We could all do it together. The market is still going to move forward. E-commerce is still going to get stronger every single day. The method of payment and the lack of money transitions hand to hand, no physical money, is going to continue to move its course till all of that doesn't exist anymore. Last time I checked, right? Super big box store malls are disappearing left and right. That's proof right there that this is happening. And you just need to convert into these new times, even as coin collectors. That's going to go ahead and do it. Sorry to keep it kind of blunt and to the point and calling some people out. But you got to know, guys, this is the direction. Just embrace it a little.